When one thinks of the French Riviera, what comes to mind? Sparkling yachts, Saint-Tropez film stars, Cannes, glittering man-made canyons, Monaco. But this is only one facet of this remarkable coastline. What if I were to tell you that there exists another Riviera entirely, one most travelers never see? Here, hidden in plain sight, are secret coastal enclaves, tiny villages with their own unique character, villages with ancient traditions, villages with breathtaking scenery, architecture that grew from the landscape itself, pastel-colored houses, sun and salt-weathered facades, homes tumbling down hillsides, turquoise Mediterranean water, small harbors where life follows the tides, fishermen still mending their nets, a quiet square shaded by plane trees, sipping a local rose in the sea breeze. We will leave the well-trodden paths of glamour behind. We will venture into the heart of this other Riviera. We will uncover 10 secret coastal villages. We will ascend medieval hilltops, silent sentinels. We will discover hidden coves and secluded beaches, sanctuaries known only to locals, places that steal your heart, places that can make you forget Nice or Cannes. Whether planning your expedition or craving cinematic escapes, stay with me. By the end you will know where to find these hidden gems. You will feel as if you've walked their ancient streets, tasted the fruits of land and sea, and breathed the salty, sun-drenched Mediterranean air. This is the Riviera, but not as you know it. Our exploration begins in a place of remarkable duality, a single name that encompasses two distinct worlds. Èze. Down below at the water's edge lies Èze-sur-Mer, a peaceful, almost sleepy hamlet. The rhythm of life is dictated by the gentle lapping of the waves. It is a place of quiet contemplation where the sea air is thick with the scent of salt, pine. But above, perched precariously on a formidable rocky outcrop some 400 meters higher, is its counterpart, the magical, medieval Èze village. The two are connected by a legendary artery, a steep and winding mule track known as the Nietzsche Path. It was here on this very path that the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche is said to have walked, finding inspiration for his great work, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. To trace his footsteps is to undertake a pilgrimage of sorts, a physical and sensory ascent. With each step upwards, the modern world recedes, and the panorama of the coast expands into a breathtaking vista. The path itself is a microcosm of the region's flora, shaded by Aleppo pines, fragrant herbs. It is a challenging climb, a test of endurance, but one that richly rewards the patient traveler with a profound sense of arrival. Reaching the summit, one enters another time. The stone gateway to Èze village is a portal into a medieval labyrinth. The streets are not streets at all, but narrow, vaulted passageways known as calades. Their cobblestones worn smooth by the passage of countless feet over centuries. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the dense cluster of stone houses, creating a mesmerizing play of light and shadow. It is a world built for defense, a fortress in the sky. Every twist and turn reveals a new secret, a hidden courtyard, a tiny artisan's workshop, a fountain murmuring in a forgotten square. To truly understand Èze, one must linger. The day trippers arrive and depart with the sun. The true magic reveals itself in the quiet hours of early morning or late afternoon. It is then that the village exhales, its true character emerging from the shadows. You might stumble upon one of the family-run perfumeries, Fragonard or Gallimard, where the delicate art of capturing scent has been perfected over generations. These are not mere shops, but living museums, repositories of a craft that is as integral to this region as the stone beneath your feet. At the very pinnacle of the village, where a formidable castle once stood, now lies a place of unexpected wonder. The Jardin Exotique, the exotic garden. Sun-drenched terraces of the Jardin Exotique looking down over terracotta roofs to the vast blue sea below. This is a testament to nature's tenacity, a spectacular collection of plants from across the globe, cacti, succulents, rare plants. They cling to the rock face, their sculptural forms silhouetted against the brilliant blue of the sky and sea. To wander through these terraces is to feel suspended between heaven and earth, a truly surreal experience. The garden is more than just a botanical collection, it is an open-air gallery. Dotted amongst the formidable plants are statues of earth goddesses, their serene faces gazing out towards the horizon. Each pathway, each viewpoint, has been meticulously designed to frame the staggering panorama of the Côte d'Azur. From this vantage point, the coastline unfolds, Italy, terracotta roofs clustered below, verdant peninsulas jutting into the sea, Gulf of Saint-Tropez, the infinite shimmering Mediterranean. It is a view that stills the mind and inspires a deep sense of awe. Hidden within this maze of stone is another legend, the luxurious hotel and restaurant, La Chèvre d'Or, or the Golden Goat. Its name derives from a local tale of a musician who, guided by a goat with golden horns, discovered a hidden treasure. Today the treasure is the experience itself. Its terraced gardens and Michelin-starred tables cling to the cliffside, offering unparalleled views and a taste of sublime indulgence. The hotel's terraced gardens, Michelin-starred dining on the terrace, plated food, servers, views. It is a place that seems to have captured the very essence of Riviera glamour, yet remains an integral part of the village's ancient fabric. But the true charm of Èze is found not only in its grand vistas or its luxurious retreats, but in its smaller, more intimate moments. It is discovered in the simple pleasure of finding a tucked-away café, its tables spilling onto a tiny sun-dappled square. It is in the taste of a freshly baked croissant, the aroma of strong coffee, the quiet observation of village life unfolding. This is the secret of Èze, to resist the urge to rush, to allow oneself to become lost in its alleys, and to let the village reveal its soul, one stone, one scent, one breathtaking view at a time. Our next destination lies nestled in one of the deepest natural harbors on the Mediterranean coast. This is Villefranche-sur-Mer. From the moment one arrives, it's clear that this place has been shaped by the sea. The harbor is a masterpiece of color and light. A photogenic arc of pastel-fronted buildings curves around cobalt blue water. Tall, narrow houses painted ochre, terracotta, soft pink. They seem to lean against one another, their sun-faded shutters telling stories of centuries. This is not a sterile picture postcard scene, it's a living, breathing port. Traditional fishing boats known as pointis bob gently, alongside more modern vessels, their vibrant colors reflected in the clear water. Fishermen sit on the quayside, mending their nets with a practiced, unhurried rhythm. The air is filled with the cries of gulls and the gentle hum of activity. It is this unvarnished reality that has captivated artists and writers for decades. Leaving the waterfront, one plunges into the authentic heart of the village, the old town. It's a tangle of steep, narrow streets, and shadowy, vaulted passageways that recall its medieval past. Here, the famous Rue Obscure, or Dark Street, runs for over 130 meters beneath the houses. A long interior shot of the Rue Obscure, cool respite from the midday sun. Walking here is like stepping back in time, the sounds of the modern world muffled by thick stone walls. Every corner turned in this labyrinth reveals a new delight. A small square opens up, home to a trickling fountain, and a family-run boulangerie, the air rich with the scent of fresh bread. Close, baker handing fresh loaves to customers, balconies overflow with vibrant geraniums, bright red, and brilliant pink. Local residents greet each other from open windows, conversations echoing through the alleyways. This is not a town preserved under glass for tourists, it's a thriving community. To wander its streets is to be granted a privileged glimpse into its daily life. Overlooking the harbor stands a testament to the village's deep connection with the artistic world, the Chapelle Saint-Pierre. This humble 14th-century Romanesque chapel, once used by fishermen to store their nets, was transformed in the 1950s by Jean Cocteau. He spent years covering every inch of its interior with extraordinary murals, dreamlike lines depicting the life of St. Peter paying homage to the local fishermen. To step inside the chapel is to enter Cocteau's mind. The murals are a powerful moving tribute telling stories of faith struggle and the villagers' profound relationship with the sea. The chapel is both sacred history and 20th century art, a colorful guardian of the harbor. Villefranche also holds a glamorous rock and roll past. Villa Nelcote, a sprawling mansion overlooking the bay, became the temporary home of the Rolling Stones. In its damp, labyrinthine basement they recorded much of exile on Mainst. The town also sheltered stars like Tina Turner, a world away from the public eye. This history adds intrigue to the village's quiet charm. Villefranche holds secrets. One is Plage des Marinières, a long, curving pebble beach surprisingly uncrowded. Tucked away, it's a favorite of locals who swim in the calm, clear bay. Here the pleasures are simple. The warmth of the sun, the gentle sea, and the stunning view of the colorful old town across the water. Effortlessly beautiful, deeply authentic, unforgettable. Here, where the land reaches out into the azure embrace of the Mediterranean, lies a peninsula unlike any other. Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat. A name whispered with reverence, a sanctuary of wealth and quiet elegance. For generations, this slender finger of land has been a refuge for royalty artists, those who seek solace from the clamor of the modern world. Reputation for exclusivity, but beneath the polished veneer is a wild heart, untamed, accessible to those who know where to look. A world away from the crowded promenades just a few kilometers down the coast. The journey begins with the gentle lapping of water against weathered fishing boats. The village port, a miniature masterpiece and the peninsula's unassuming heart. Slow rhythms, sunrise and the returning catch. Fishermen, faces etched by sun and sea, mend their nets with timeless patience. A silent ballet of hands and rope, passed down through generations. Not built for show, a working harbor anchoring community authenticity. From this core, a path beckons. Sentier du Littoral, sweeping coastal trail clinging to limestone cliffs. To walk it is to talk with the sea. New Vista, hidden cove, waters like liquid turquoise. New Vista, wind-sculpted Aleppo pines. New Vista, sheer drop, waves crashing below. Cap Ferrat's true character, not grand villas but rugged coastline beauty. Along the path, the peninsula's cherished treasures, secluded plages, not wide sands but intimate shingle pockets cradled by rock for the intrepid. The world shrinks to cicadas in the pines and the hiss of waves on smooth stones. Each cove a private kingdom to disconnect and immerse, a reminder the greatest luxuries here are solitude and silence. Yet, human ambition has also left its mark on this landscape, a mark of extraordinary vision and opulence. Perched at the narrowest point of the isthmus stands the Villa Ephrussi de Rothschild, a rose-tinted palace that seems to have sprung from a dream. It is the legacy of Baroness Beatrice de Rothschild, a woman of immense wealth and impeccable if eccentric taste. Built in the early 20th century, the villa is a monument to the Belle Époque, a period of exuberant creativity and boundless optimism. To approach it is to feel as though you are stepping onto a grand ocean liner, with the sea stretching out on either side. The true marvel of the estate, however, lies not within the villa's walls, but in the 9 themed gardens that surround it. Each garden is a world unto itself, a horticultural odyssey that transports the visitor across continents and through different eras. The French garden, ornamental ponds and musical fountains. The Spanish garden, shaded colonnades and fragrant datura. The Japanese garden, stone lanterns, raked gravel, pools of tranquil water. Detailed shot of the intricate stonework and vibrant flowers in the Japanese garden at Villa Ephrussi de Rothschild. The Florentine garden, grand staircase and marble statues. The stone garden, ancient gargoyles and carved reliefs. To wander through these spaces is to witness a unique fusion of nature and art, where every plant, every pathway, every sculpture has been placed with deliberate intent to delight and surprise the senses. A testament to one woman's desire to create a paradise on earth. Ultimately, Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat teaches a valuable lesson, that the most profound beauty is best enjoyed slowly. Savoring a plate of freshly caught fish at a simple portside restaurant, feeling the sun on your skin in a hidden cove, losing yourself in the botanical wonders of the Villa Ephrussi. The peninsula demands a relaxed pace. It asks you to linger, to observe, to breathe. It is in this unhurried exploration that its true essence is revealed, a place where natural splendor and human artistry have achieved a near-perfect and utterly unforgettable harmony. Nestled in the final fold of the French coastline, just before the border with Italy, lies a town, bathed in a unique golden light. This is Menton, the self-proclaimed Pearl of France. It is a fitting title. The town possesses a gentle luster, a warm and inviting glow that sets it apart. Its famous microclimate, the mildest in all of France, has blessed it with lush gardens, and most famously, its prized lemons. Here, the vibrant energy of Italy and the refined elegance of France do not merely meet, they intertwine. The heart of Menton is its old town, a cascade of pastel-hued buildings that tumble down the hillside towards the sea. The colors are those of a sun-drenched dream: ochre, rose, soft yellow, terracotta, all clustered together in a delightful, harmonious disarray. To wander through its narrow, stepped alleyways or ruelles is to lose all sense of time. Every corner reveals a new delight, a hidden square with a trickling fountain, a glimpse of the sparkling sea between ancient walls, the scent of jasmine trailing from a balcony. It is a labyrinth built for aimless wandering, a place that rewards curiosity at every turn. And then there are the lemons. The Menton lemon is no ordinary fruit. It is a local icon, celebrated for its intense fragrance and sweet, rich flavor. For 2 weeks every winter, the town erupts in a joyous celebration of its golden treasure during the Fête du Citron, Gigantic sculptures meticulously crafted from thousands of oranges and lemons line the streets and gardens, creating a surreal and wonderfully fragrant spectacle. This festival is a testament to the deep connection between the people of Menton and the land that sustains them. The climb through the Old Town is a journey upward, both physically and spiritually, culminating at the parvis of the Basilica of Saint-Michel-Archange. This magnificent Baroque church with its soaring bell tower stands as a proud guardian over the town. From its mosaic-paved square, the view is simply breathtaking. A panoramic sweep of terracotta roofs, the shimmering expanse of the bay, and the distant coastline of Italy. It is a place of profound tranquility, where one can pause and absorb the gentle, slow rhythm of life that has characterized Menton for centuries, a rhythm dictated by the sun and the sea. Menton's gentle climate has made it a paradise for gardeners, a living laboratory for botanical wonders from around the globe. The Val Rame Botanical Garden is a testament to this legacy. Created by an English lord in the early 20th century, it is a sanctuary of rare and exotic plants. Here one can wander beneath the shade of a sacred Sophora toromiro tree, a species now extinct in its native Easter Island, or marvel at the sheer diversity of tropical and subtropical flora that thrives in this coastal haven. It is a quiet, contemplative space, a world away from the bustle of the coast. The garden is a journey through the world's temperate zones, a carefully curated collection that speaks of a passion for the natural world. Each path leads to a new discovery: a grove of giant bamboo, a pool filled with Amazonian water lilies, a collection of fragrant citrus trees from distant lands. Val Rame is more than just a garden, it is an ark, preserving species and telling stories of exploration and conservation. It embodies the spirit of Menton itself, a place where beauty from across the globe has been brought together and nurtured, creating something uniquely serene and beautiful. This cultivation of the exceptional extends from the soil to the dinner plate. Menton is home to Mirazur, a restaurant that has been crowned the best in the world. Perched on the hillside with sweeping views of the sea, it is the domain of Chef Mauro Colagreco. Here, the cuisine is a celebration of the immediate landscape. Ingredients are sourced from the restaurant's own terraced gardens, from the local markets, and from the sea that lies just below. Each dish is a work of art, a vibrant expression of the region's unique terroir, blending French technique with the chef's Italian-Argentinian heritage. Mirazur represents the pinnacle of Menton's identity, but the town's culinary soul is also found in its simpler pleasures. A slice of pichéd mentonnaise, a glass of crisp local wine, the simple, unadorned perfection of a freshly picked Menton lemon. The town encourages a slow, deliberate enjoyment of life's gifts. It is a place that understands that true luxury is not about speed or excess, but about quality, authenticity, and the time taken to savor it all, a pearl to be cherished. High on a rocky spur, suspended between the mountains and the sea, the medieval village of Roquebrune stands as a timeless sentinel. This is a place steeped in history where, honestly, the very stones seem to whisper tales of centuries past. Its origins are ancient, a fortress built for protection against Saracen pirates, and that sense of a fortified refuge remains palpable even today. The village is a tightly woven tapestry of stone houses, vaulted passageways and narrow winding alleys that really defy the logic of modern town planning, designed instead for defense and for shade from the fierce summer sun. At its highest point, dominating the village and the coastline, stands the formidable silhouette of the Château de Roquebrune. This is honestly one of the oldest feudal castles in all of France, a Carolingian keep dating back to the 10th century. To climb its ancient steps and stand upon its battlements is to be transported back in time. The sheer resilience of the structure is awe-inspiring, a true testament to the medieval masons who built it. From this vantage point, the world unfolds below, a dizzying panorama of red-tiled roofs, the modern glamour of Monaco and the endless blue of the Mediterranean. Descending from the castle's austere heights, one finds life of a different, more ancient kind. Sheltered within the village is a living monument, a natural wonder of staggering antiquity, an olive tree believed to be over 2,000 years old. Its trunk is a gnarled, twisted sculpture of wood, thick and robust, a testament to its endurance through millennia of history. Its sprawling branches have provided shade for Roman legionaries, medieval lords, and modern-day visitors alike. To stand in its presence is a humbling experience, a profound connection to the deep, slow time of the natural world. This juxtaposition of the man-made fortress and the natural living tree really defines the spirit of Roquebrune. The village is a maze, meant to be explored without a map, where each turn reveals a hidden courtyard, a beautifully restored chapel, or a breathtaking view. It is a place that invites contemplation on the themes of permanence and endurance. The castle speaks of human ambition and the will to survive, while the ancient olive tree speaks of nature's quiet, persistent strength, a silent witness to the entire span of this region's rich and turbulent history. From the ancient village perched in the hills, our journey moves down to the coast, to the peninsula of Cap Martin. This is a different world, one of Belle Époque villas, hidden behind manicured gardens and tall stone walls. It is a landscape of discreet luxury and carefully cultivated privacy. But threading its way along the rugged coastline is a path that belongs to everyone. The Promenade Le Corbusier. Named after the pioneering modernist architect who spent his final years here, this coastal walk is a masterpiece of landscape design, both natural and man-made. The path follows the contours of the coast, winding past jagged rocks and secluded coves, where the turquoise water is, honestly, impossibly clear. It is a walk of constant sensory delight, the scent of salt and pine, the rhythmic sound of the waves, the warmth of the sun on the limestone rock. Le Corbusier himself walked this path daily, drawing inspiration from the elemental forms of the landscape, the interplay of light, water, and stone. One can almost feel his presence, his architect's eye appreciating the pure, honest beauty of the coastline he so loved. Tucked away just off the path, almost hidden amongst the vegetation, is Le Corbusier's cabanon, a tiny wooden cabin that was his summer retreat. It is a marvel of minimalist design, a castle on the Côte d'Azur measuring just 3.66 by 3.66 meters. Every element is perfectly designed for function and simplicity, a radical rejection of the opulent villas nearby. The cabin represents the architect's ultimate ideal, a life stripped down to its essentials, in perfect harmony with its natural surroundings. It is a powerful statement about what it truly means to live well. This duality, from the ancient hilltop fortress to the modernist seaside cabin, encapsulates the unique charm of Roquebrune Cap Martin. It is a place that holds its history close while also embracing the beauty of simplicity. Here, one can indulge in rich Provençal cuisine in a village restaurant, the flavors of thyme, rosemary, and garlic filling the air. It is a destination that offers a profound sense of heritage and quiet contemplation, a place where the weight of history and the lightness of coastal living exist in a perfect, sun-drenched balance. Here, nestled between the grand capes of Ferrat and Martin, lies a sanctuary of remarkable tranquility. This is Beaulieu-sur-Mer, the beautiful place by the sea. The very air seems to hold a different quality, a stillness preserved from a more elegant era. Unlike its more boisterous neighbors, Beaulieu does not shout for attention. Instead it whispers, its voice carried on the gentle breezes that ripple across the Baie des Fourmis, a bay of ants, so named for the dark rocks that pepper its shoreline like a diligent colony. It is a place that has perfected the art of quiet existence, a refuge for those who seek solace from the relentless pace of the modern world. The legacy of the Belle Époque is etched into the very fabric of this town. It is a living museum, magnificent villas, ornate ironwork, pastel facades. Their grand gardens spill over with bougainvillea and palm. Walking these streets is like stepping back in time, to an age when leisure was not a luxury, but a way of life. The Grand Casino and the Rotonde are monuments to this gilded past, their structures echoing with the ghosts of glamorous soirees and fortunes won and lost. At the heart of Beaulieu's understated charm is its old port, a smaller, more intimate harbor than those found elsewhere along this coast. Here, the traditional fishing boats, known as pointas, bob gently alongside modest leisure craft. There is a palpable sense of daily life, of a community tied to the rhythms of the sea. Fishermen mend their nets, their movements practiced and unhurried, a choreography passed down through generations. The scent of salt and brine mingles with the aroma of fresh coffee from the quayside cafes. This is not a port built for spectacle, but for purpose and for peace. The true secret of Beaulieu, however, is its under-the-radar status. It has managed to preserve its serenity precisely because it has never sought the glaring spotlight. While crowds flock to nearby destinations, this town remains a haven of calm. It is a destination for connoisseurs of quietude, for those who understand that the greatest luxury is often found in simplicity and space. The pace of life here is dictated not by tourist schedules, but by the rising and setting of the sun, the gentle ebb and flow of the tide. It is a place to simply be, to breathe, and to rediscover the profound beauty of stillness in a world that seldom stops moving. One cannot truly understand Beaulieu without visiting the Villa Carolus. It is, honestly, an extraordinary creation. A faithful reconstruction of an ancient Greek noble's house from the 2nd century before Christ. Commissioned by the archaeologist Theodor Reinach at the turn of the 20th century, it stands as a testament to a profound passion for history and art. To step across its threshold is to be transported not just to another time, but to another civilization entirely. Every detail, intricate mosaics underfoot, handcrafted furniture, stunning frescoes on the walls, has been meticulously researched and recreated. It is a place of scholarly wonder, a dream of antiquity made real, perched impossibly on the Mediterranean shore. Life in Beaulieu also revolves around its weekly market, a vibrant and essential ritual. Every morning the Place du Général de Gaulle transforms into a bustling theater of local commerce and community. The air fills with the vibrant colors and fragrances of Provence. Sun-ripened tomatoes, fragrant melons, glistening olives, local cheeses. It is here that the town's pulse can be felt most strongly. Neighbors greet each other, exchanging news and pleasantries as they select their produce. It is a celebration of the earth's bounty, a direct connection between the land, the sea, and the table, reaffirming the town's deep-rooted, unpretentious character. The beaches here offer a different kind of sanctuary. Unlike the vast, crowded stretches of sand found elsewhere, Beaulieu's shores are intimate coves. Plage des Fourmis, Plage de la Petite Afrique, sheltered by cliffs and shaded by pines, waters calm and invitingly clear. They are places for quiet contemplation, for reading a book under the dappled sunlight, for watching families play at the water's edge. There is a sense of privacy and peace here that is, honestly, increasingly rare. The gentle lapping of the waves against the shore provides a constant soothing soundtrack, a natural rhythm that encourages the mind to slow down and the soul to rest. Ultimately, Beaulieu-sur-Mer's enduring appeal lies in this very nostalgia, this tangible connection to a more graceful past. It is a place that has resisted the urge to modernize for the sake of it, choosing instead to cherish its heritage. The reward for this preservation is an atmosphere of profound relaxation, a sense of having discovered a well-kept secret. To spend time here is to understand the art of slow living, to appreciate the subtle nuances of light on the water, the taste of a fresh fig from the market, and the simple, profound pleasure of a quiet walk along a timeless shore. It is a beautiful place, living up to its name in every conceivable way. Our journey now takes us west, to a landscape where the gentle character of the Riviera gives way to something more dramatic, more elemental. This is Cassis, a perfect crescent of a harbor, lined with tall, narrow houses, ochre, rose, pale lavender, fishing boats, small yachts on impossibly blue water, masts forming a delicate pattern, cafes, restaurants spilling onto the quay, their tables offering a front-row seat to harbor life. An image of idyllic Mediterranean charm, almost too perfect to be real. Yet the gentle facade belies the true nature of Cassis. Looming above, Château de Cassis, its ancient stones and ramparts speaking of turbulent history. A reminder this quiet port was once a strategic stronghold. Narrow old town streets wind away from the harbor into shaded alleys. Away from the sun-drenched quay, a different Cassis appears. Small fountains gurgle in hidden squares. Local artisans work in quiet workshops, their work a continuation of centuries-old traditions. But the true spectacle lies beyond the town. Cassis is the gateway to Calanques National Park, staggering cliffs and inlets. The fjords of the Mediterranean, turquoise water and white limestone cliffs. Wind and water have sculpted precipitous walls, hidden coves, secluded beaches, reachable only by boat, or via arduous hiking trails. A raw, wild environment, stark contrast to the pretty port. This duality is Cassis, a balance of cultivated and wild, serene and sublime. It is both a welcoming haven and a launching point for adventure. One can spend an afternoon sipping local wine and watching the world go by, or embark on a journey into a primeval landscape of rock and sea, popular yet authentic, bustling yet secret. It is a place where nature's grandeur and human charm coexist in a rare and unforgettable harmony. The lifeblood of Cassis flows not just from the sea but from the land that rises steeply behind it. Here, sun-drenched terraces are shielded by towering cliffs. Vineyards cling to those terraces, producing one of France's most distinctive wines, Marsanne, Claret. The terroir is unique: limestone soil, the salty sea spray, and the relentless sun. These vines, clinging to arid slopes, yield a crisp, dry white with mineral notes and hints of herbs and citrus. AOC Cassis was one of France's first appellations, a long-held testament to quality. That wine is the perfect partner for the bounty of the local sea. The cuisine here reflects the environment: simple, fresh, profoundly flavorful. The daily catch dictates the menu: grilled sea bream, rockfish soup, the local speciality, sea urchins, briny and intense. To sit at a table by the water's edge with a chilled glass of Cassis Blanc and a plate of freshly caught seafood is to experience the town's soul. Exploring the calanques reveals the true scale of this environment. A boat trip from the harbor is a journey into another world. As the vessel leaves the shelter of the port, the cliffs rise up, dwarfing everything. Calanque d'Envaux, Port-Pen. The water glows in almost supernatural turquoise against stark white rock. The only sounds are the cry of gulls and the gentle slap of water against the hull. It is a humbling experience, a reminder of the immense forces shaping this land. Cassis remains defined by its powerful, protected landscape. The calanques act as a natural barrier, preventing unchecked development. That has allowed the town to preserve its character, scale, and connection to the natural world. It's a delicate ecosystem, thriving on balance between visitors and heritage. Sometimes the most magnificent features of a place are the ones that keep it small, authentic, and truly wild. Further along the coast across the Great Bay of Toulon, lies a peninsula that seems to exist in a world of its own. This is Saint-Mandrier-sur-Mer. It is not a place of grand villas. It is not a place of glamorous history. Its appeal lies in something far more rare and precious. A glimpse into an authentic Mediterranean life, a rhythm largely untouched by mass tourism. Reaching it requires a conscious decision. A short ferry ride from bustling Toulon, that stretch of water becomes a psychological barrier. As the ferry approaches the small harbor, the noise and haste of the city recede, replaced by a profound and welcome sense of calm. The village is simplicity itself. The simple waterfront quay is the heart of the community. Bright, primary-colored fishing boats moored, nets on the quay, lobster pots stacked. The pace of life is slow, dictated by the tides and the daily catch. Fishermen mending their gear, their faces weathered by a lifetime of sun and sea. Locals at quayside cafes chatting, watching ferries come and go. A scene of genuine, unself-conscious daily life, a community deeply connected to its maritime roots. The peninsula is a haven for those who seek quiet shores. Plage de la Coudoulière, Plage du Touring. They are places for families, locals seeking a refreshing swim after a day's work. Soft sand, clear water backdrop of pine forests and gentle slopes. Intimacy of a local secret cherished and protected by the community. From the heights of the Coudoulière forest, panoramic view over the vast Raid de Toulon, panoramic view to the open Mediterranean. Connected yet isolated, a true village where everyone seems to know everyone else. The culinary experience in Saint-Mandrier is a direct extension of its honest character. The focus is, unsurprisingly, on the sea. The few restaurants that line the harbor are unpretentious family-run establishments where the menu is determined by what the boats brought in that morning. There is no elaborate gastronomy, only the profound pleasure of perfectly fresh ingredients, simply prepared. A plate of grilled sardines, a rich bouillabaisse, fresh shucked oysters. This is the food of the village. Eating here is not just a meal, it is an act of participation in the local economy, and a celebration of the village's reason for being. Beyond the harbor, the beaches, the peninsula offers quiet trails that wind through fragrant pine forests. Walking here, the air is thick with the scent of pine needles and wild herbs, a classic Mediterranean perfume. These paths offer moments of complete solitude and breathtaking views that appear suddenly through a break in the trees. One can look out towards the naval ships in the bay, a reminder of the powerful world just across the water, and feel an even greater appreciation for the peace and seclusion of this small pocket of tranquility. It is a landscape that encourages quiet reflection and a deeper connection with the natural world. There is a strength and resilience to Saint-Mandrier. Its history is tied to the military presence in Toulon, and this has given it a working-class soul that stands in stark contrast to the aristocratic heritage of other Riviera towns. It is a place built on work, on community, and on a shared life tied to the sea. rather than on the whims of wealthy tourists. This foundation has given it an authenticity that cannot be manufactured. It is not trying to be anything other than what it is. A living, breathing fishing village that has, by fortune and by nature, remained a sanctuary of simplicity. This, then, is the ultimate reward of a visit to Saint-Mandrier-sur-Mer. It is the discovery of a true hidden gem, a place so authentic that it feels like a journey back in time. It doesn't offer glamour or luxury, but something far more valuable, a genuine experience. It is a reminder that the greatest beauty is often found not in adornment, but in simplicity, not in spectacle, but in the quiet, steady rhythms of an ordinary life lived in an extraordinary place. It is the French Riviera at its most honest, its most humble, and perhaps its most beautiful. Our journey now takes us inland up winding roads that climb away from the azure coast to a place that seems to have erupted from the very earth in a riot of color. This is Bormes-les-Mimosas, a village that wears its floral heart on its sleeve. It is a habitat sculpted not just by stone and mortar but by a botanical explosion that defines its very existence. From late winter into spring, the air itself becomes heavy with the sweet honeyed perfume, the mimosa flowers that give this remarkable settlement its name. It is a spectacle of nature woven into daily life. Here, the relationship between human and plant is one of profound symbiosis. The villagers are not merely residents, they are custodians of this floral kingdom. Balconies overflow with cascades of geraniums, ancient walls are draped in blankets of bougainvillea, and hidden courtyards shelter fragrant jasmine vines. Each narrow cobbled lane is an ecosystem in itself, a corridor of vibrant life where every window box and terracotta pot is a testament to a shared passion. To walk these streets is to be immersed in a world where the line between garden and village has been beautifully and irrevocably blurred, creating a truly unique environment. The core of Bormes-les-Mimosas is a medieval heart, a labyrinth of winding alleys and vaulted passages that have witnessed centuries of human activity. The architecture speaks of a time when defense and community were paramount. The houses huddled together, their weathered stone facades telling stories of generations past. As you climb higher through this maze, the village reveals its secrets slowly. A hidden square, a centuries-old fountain, a tiny artisan's workshop. It is a place that rewards the unhurried explorer, inviting you to lose yourself in its intricate design, a design perfected by time and tradition. This elevated position was, of course, chosen for its strategic advantage. And today, that advantage offers breathtaking rewards. From its vantage point, the village commands sweeping panoramic views over the surrounding landscape. The verdant plains of the Var stretch out below, a patchwork of vineyards and olive groves, leading the eye towards the shimmering expanse of the Mediterranean Sea. The Île d'Or, the Golden Isles, appear as distant hazy silhouettes on the horizon. It is a reminder that while this village is a world unto itself, it remains deeply connected to the magnificent coastline that has shaped its history and culture. Beyond the immediate floral spectacle, Bormes-les-Mimosas offers a gateway to some of the region's most magnificent natural treasures. The village serves as a tranquil base to explore the nearby coastline, a stretch renowned for its wild, untamed beauty. A short descent leads to pristine beaches like Plage de l'Estagnol, Plage de Cabasson. Fine white sands and turquoise waters offer a stark, beautiful contrast to the rustic hilltop village. Here one finds a quiet refuge to connect with the raw power and serenity of the Mediterranean, far from bustling crowds. Looming nearby is the Fort de Brégançon, a symbol of power and seclusion. Fort de Brégançon perched on its rocky peninsula, seen from a distance. Its formidable silhouette against the sea reminds us of the coastline's strategic past. Though access is limited, the fort adds mystique, a silent guardian over tranquil bays and the timeless village. It stands as a monument to the interplay of nature and power. This blend of history, nature and beauty has long drawn artists to Bormes-les-Mimosas, painters, writers. The village feels like a living canvas, every corner a composition, every view a masterpiece. Small galleries tucked into ancient lanes, quiet artist studios with works in progress. This artistic soul adds another layer to the village's identity. Ultimately, Bormes-les-Mimosas represents a delicate equilibrium. Medieval stone roots meet the vibrant, transient beauty of nature, a life of quiet contemplation, never far from the sea's life-giving energy. A sanctuary balancing home and destination for those seeking tranquility. Here, the art of living is the quiet appreciation of beauty, history, and the gentle, persistent rhythm of the natural world. Our final journey is one that leaves the mainland behind entirely. It requires a voyage across a stretch of open water, a deliberate act of separation from the familiar world. Our destination is Port-Cros, the smallest and by far the wildest of the three Îles d'Or. As the ferry approaches, the island rises from the sea not as a cultivated landscape but as a bastion of untamed nature. This is not a resort, it is a sanctuary. In 1963, it became one of France's very first national parks, a precious ecosystem preserved for its intrinsic value, a living laboratory of the original Mediterranean wilderness. Stepping ashore is like stepping back in time. There are no cars here, no paved roads to scar the landscape. The air is filled not with the sounds of traffic, but with the drone of cicadas, the rustle of leaves in the sea breeze, and the distant cry of gulls. Development is astonishingly minimal, confined to a small, unassuming port with a handful of buildings. This island demands a different pace. It forces you to shed the urgency of modern life and attune yourself to the slow, deliberate pulse of nature. The only way to explore its interior is on foot, following the network of marked trails that wind through its dense forests. The island's true treasures are revealed to those who embrace this immersive experience. The hiking trails lead you through deep, shady forests of Aleppo pines and evergreen oaks, a dense canopy that provides a cool respite from the Mediterranean sun. The undergrowth is a thick tapestry of maquis shrubland, aromatic rosemary, lavender and rock rose, that releases its heady perfume with every footstep. These paths climb to ancient forts that stand as silent witnesses to the island's strategic past, offering stunning panoramic views of the rugged coastline and the endless glittering sea. It is a walker's paradise, a place of discovery and solitude. This commitment to preservation extends beneath the waves. The waters surrounding Port-Cros form a vital part of the national park, creating a protected marine area teeming with life. Snorkeling here is not merely a recreational activity, it is an exploration of a thriving underwater world. Following the marked underwater nature trail, one can observe schools of damselfish, ornate wrasse, and perhaps even a reclusive octopus hiding amongst the Posidonia seagrass meadows. This is the Mediterranean as it once was, pristine, vibrant, and fiercely protected, a rare and precious glimpse into the health of a world hidden just below the surface. Life on Port-Cros is defined by a profound and humbling simplicity. The few establishments in the tiny port cater to basic needs, serving park rangers and a small local community. There are no chic boutiques or glamorous nightclubs. Instead, a couple of simple restaurants focus on honest, unpretentious fare. Freshly caught fish, simply grilled, served with local vegetables, enjoyed on a quiet terrace overlooking the harbor. A culinary experience that mirrors the island's ethos, pure, essential, deeply connected to the environment. The island's inhabitants are guardians, not just residents. They live by a strict code prioritizing preservation of this fragile ecosystem. Regulations are clear and enforced. Stick to the paths. Take all your rubbish with you. Do not pick the flowers. A palpable sense of shared responsibility, privilege to live and work here. This dedication is the soul of Port-Cros, a conscious, daily choice to place nature before desire, almost revolutionary today. Staying on Port-Cros even a day is transformative. It recalibrates the senses and alters perspective. Absolute darkness at night, untainted by light pollution. Breathtaking stars overhead. Silence is deep and restorative, broken only by waves gently lapping. And nocturnal calls of the island's wildlife. An opportunity to disconnect from the digital and reconnect with something ancient. A rare chance to experience the Mediterranean in its most authentic elemental state, a reminder of what we stand to lose. Port-Cros is more than a hidden gem, it is a beacon of hope. A testament that coexistence with nature is possible, appreciate beauty without consuming it. Conservation in action, a precious reserve of biodiversity enriching the region. To visit Port-Cros is a profound gift, witness untouched Mediterranean beauty, and leave with a deeper duty to protect it for future generations. And there you have it, 10 secret coastal villages on the French Riviera, each with its own soul, story, and scenery. From flower-draped hilltops to hidden coves, from bustling harbors to untouched islands. The Riviera isn't just about glitz and glamour, it's about quiet escapes and authentic beauty. Which one would you dream of visiting first? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Prep Before You Jet for more hidden gems and travel inspiration. And as always, happy travel.